And if you're burnt out from running your business, it might not actually be the work that's burning you out. It really could just be your lack of boundaries. Let me explain. When I first started my business about 4 years ago, I used to think that basically letting anything fly was a part of being a business owner. And honestly, I learned very quick that that's not what this is. And if you want to have a very long career in the beauty industry, these are things that you need to learn and learn them fast. You need to have clear boundaries and policies within your business. And that means you need to have policies written on your website for your clients to read prior to booking an appointment. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of service providers out here who have very unreasonable policies. I'm not talking about them, okay? I'm talking about the very reasonable ones. You need policies regarding reschedules, deposits, etc., etc. Okay, because this basically sets a tone. The people who respect your business will have no problem adhering to any of your policies or boundaries. Boundaries are not rude, they are very professional, and this is how you save yourself from being burnt out entirely too fast. And outside of firm boundaries and policies, you also need systems, which include like your booking links, automated reminders, stuff like that. You need something that's going to work for you so you don't have to do all the work manually. Another thing that service providers should get in the habit of doing is having intake forms and consultation forms. This way, there's no guessing. You already know enough information about your client, and you can either tell them whether they are or aren't appropriate for the service just based off of the intake or consultation form. Without all of that, that can sometimes invite a lot of problems into your business. And the last thing that I'll say is also knowing when to say no. Sometimes some clients may come to you and they may not have realistic expectations based on what they're working with, depending on whatever service-based industry you're in. And it's your job to guide them professionally. If this is something that you think is unrealistic and you think that it's not a good idea for that client, just simply be honest, because most people respect the honesty versus you trying to just do the service and it not coming out the way that they expected it to. So if you're serious about running your business, building a brand, and remaining professional, these are just some of the things that I feel should be implemented. So if you're feeling burnt out, try taking the time to reflect on your policies and the way that you're running your business, not just the actual work. Make sure you guys follow for more content.